Hamas going back, and think of it as a big real estate site. And the United States is going to own it and will slowly, very slowly, we're in no rush, develop it. We're going to bring stability to the Middle East, to a totally war-torn part.
So he's going to get to go to Saudi Arabia and just own it?
Tremendous problem, the Gaza Strip, and we'll own it. It's totally demolished right now. It's a demolition site.
Man.
It'll be reclaimed. It'll be leveled out, fixed up. There won't be anybody there. Hamas won't be there. We'll be building through other of the very rich countries in the Middle East. They'll be building some beautiful sites for the people, for the Palestinians to live in. They'll be living in harmony and peace, probably for the first time in hundreds of years.
And just to clarify, I know you don't want to tell us about your conversation with President Putin, but can you clarify whether you had that since you've been in office, or whether it happened before you became president?
I've had it. Let's just say I've had it. And I expect to have many more conversations. We have to get that war ended. It's going to end. We have to get it ended. And we have to get it ended. So should have never happened, would have never happened if I was president.
Saudi Arabia will let that happen for sure?
Your vice president said that
I don't know. Maybe they will.
If the Supreme Court rules in a way you don't like, just let them enforce it. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Say the last part.
The vice president suggested that if the Supreme Court rules in a way that you don't like, they can just enforce it by themselves. Do you agree with that?
I don't know even what you're talking about. Neither do you. Who are you with?
Up close, sir.
Who?
Up close.
Oh, no wonder. I thought they died. Are they still around?
Oh God. No wonder. Jesus Christ.
I haven't read them in years. I thought they died. All right, go ahead. Who else?
Well, on security clearances, you've been yanking a lot of them. Why does it make the country safer to take away the AG's security clearance? And is that a form of retribution?
If there's somebody, no. If there are people that we don't respect, if there are people that we thought that were breaking the law or came very close to it in previous years.
Do you think Trump insulting the reporter is a good thing instead of answering the legitimate question? I think a lot of times they frame questions in ways that are dishonest, and I think that if there's a dishonest framing of a question that's misleading, then I don't think that by answering a question that's framed dishonestly, you are effectively enabling a person to be dishonest. So, in my opinion, if you ask a dishonest question, you should expect to get a dishonest answer. Now, I understand this is very subjective. But if you want, like, my philosophy on it, that's what I think.
We do it, and we've done it with some people. We've done it with Biden himself. We think our country is not as safe if you gave him clearance. We don't think he knows what he's doing. And what he's done to this country is a disgrace. And what he's done in terms of allowing criminals, murderers, drug lords into our country, people from mental institutions.
Somebody says I was making excuses for him. You can go back to me saying the same thing about Biden giving stupid responses to reporters too. And I laughed at those too. I thought they were funny. I got a lot of hate from my from my audience because I always said that I thought Biden was funny. Yeah, people were mad.
Into our country, he should be ashamed of himself.
Is that a legally valid reason?
On deportations, there's been some reporting that you've been upset that there haven't been more deportations. Can
Yeah.
you clarify that?
I think they're doing an incredible job. It's very tough. Deportations, finding murderers is not easy.
They have to do more deportations if they want to get rid of everybody. You can't deport 700 people a day. Those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up. Let's be honest. What are we doing?
Some of them are actually very smart.
Just started?
They shouldn't be in
Okay.
our country. There wouldn't have been. We had beautiful, we just set records for closure. We have the strongest border we've had in many years, since my term. But even for many, many years, decades before that. They're doing an amazing job, I think. Tom Homan's doing an amazing job. Kristi Noem is doing an amazing job. But it's not easy finding murderers who know they're being looked for. But we're sending out thousands of people. We're getting rid of thousands
Look at his
of
hair.
criminals from our country.
Yeah.
Do you expect to meet him in person?
It's fucked up as usual.
Putin. Do you anticipate meeting with him?
I would imagine I would be meeting with Putin, yes, at the right time. I think at the right time, at the appropriate time.
Mr. President, back on Gaza, the White House press secretary told us last week that you're committed to rebuilding Gaza. Steve Witkoff said that process would take 10 to 15 years. Does your commitment to rebuilding Gaza extend beyond your time in office?
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza.
How long has he been president? It's been like 2.5 weeks, right? This is crazy. Like, I honestly wonder myself, like, what is it gonna be like in a year? Can you imagine a year of this?
Chess Expanse is played on 6 different board sizes. This is a 6x6 square.
Oh my god.
As far as us move back, there's nothing to move back into. The place is a demolition site. It'll be, the remainder will be demolished. Everything's demolished. I mean, you can't live in those buildings right now. They're very unsafe. But we'll make it into a very good site for future development by somebody. We'll let other countries develop parts of it. It'll be beautiful. People can come from all over the world and live there. But we're going to...
Yeah, of course. Do you think it's a... How can you defend something like this? Do you think it's a good idea for the U.S. to take over land that we have no right to occupy? No, I don't want us to get involved with Gaza at all. I would be okay with the U.S. trying to facilitate relations with different people in that area to try to, like, rebuild it. Sure. But, like, I don't want to get the U.S. entangled in owning, you know, land in the Middle East. Yeah, I don't want to do that. It seems really complicated and super problematic. Yeah, that's why not? Well, because we can't even take care of the land that we have.